Be the last Alex Bell conspiracy theory for a minute till he dropped another one. You feel me? But the last Airbender, Avatar, the last Airbender, I speak on this show, on my other channel, on my main channel. But like speaking of it in a sense as like in a spiritual way, like because they talk about chakras in the show, and that's very, very like important, very, very important. So make sure you study your chakras. Just wanted to bring that up. But Avatar, yeah, I watched this shit as a little nigga. Okay, definitely loved Avatar as a little nigga. So it'll be fodder. You know what I'm saying? Fuck up my childhood again. You know what I'm saying? By listening to conspiracy theories. So here we go. I ain't gonna yacht too much. I'm gonna try not to pause too much either. But who knows? Shit.
Water, earth, fire.
My cabbages!
The Cabbage Merchant from Avatar: The Last Airbender is a Fire Nation spy. And I believe he is the true villain of Avatar.
That's another thing, bruh. It do be like loading a little bit, not too much to fuck up what we got going on here, but it was loading a lot in the last video and the last conspiracy jump. So it's cool though. We good, bruh. We good. Let's just vibe. Let's just enjoy the fucking show. Sit back, relax, roll you up a blunt, eat your fucking snacks if you eating them. Let's vibe out, y'all. Let's dig more into the deeper realms of, yeah, I'm just talking. Let's think outside the box, bro.
Are secretly orchestrating the events of both shows. And also I think he's cabbage bending. But we'll get to that part later. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I promise you, this will be the most convincing Avatar theory you will ever hear. This is Cabbage Theory. So, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm guessing most people who clicked on this video have already seen it, but on the off chance you haven't, it's basically a show where some people can control one of the 4 elements. And the Avatar, the only person who can master all 4 elements, has to stop the Fire Nation from taking over the world. But why would I possibly think that a random Earth Kingdom cabbage merchant is actually a Fire Nation spy? And a cabbage bender, but we'll get to that later. You know, he's just a funny running gag character. All we ever see him do is get his characters destroyed.
My cabbages! My cabbages! My cabbages! My cabbages!
Well, think about it. We are told many times throughout the show that there are Fire Nation spies.
He was probably trying to signal the Fire Navy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's a spy for the Fire Navy.
How do we know you're not Fire Nation spies?
Jet, he's just an old man. He's Fire Nation. He was sent to eliminate me.
But strangely, we never actually see any of them. But at the same time, we know there must be spies out there because someone is giving Zuko very detailed information about the gang's whereabouts.
We're closing in on the Avatar's trail.
There have been multiple sightings of the Avatar.
Somehow Prince Zuko and the Fire Nation keep finding us.
And let me ask you this. Who does the gang constantly run into throughout the entire show? The Cabbage Merchant. Okay, I know, it still sounds like a stretch, but don't worry, we're just getting started. In Book 3, the gang goes to see a Fire Nation play all about their adventures.
You guys are not gonna believe this. There's a play about us.
I'm the Avatar, silly! Here to spread joy and fun!
It's basically just Fire Nation propaganda where the Fire Lord is shown as the good guy and wins in the end.
The world is mine.
But other than that, the plot of the play is surprisingly accurate.
Riddles and challenges must you face.
No! Jet! What did they do to you?
Must destroy!
So, where did they get all of this information about the gang?
His sources include singing nomads, pirates, prisoners of war, and a surprisingly knowledgeable merchant of cabbage. The surprisingly knowledgeable merchant of cabbage.
That was random.
Huh. why did the Cabbage Merchant, an Earth Kingdom citizen, help them write Fire Nation propaganda? Because he's actually a Fire Nation spy. Okay, wait. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Maybe he didn't necessarily know he was helping the Fire Nation. For all we know, someone just asked him about the Avatar, and he was more than willing to complain about the guy who has destroyed his cabbages many times. You know, he might be a little petty, but there's no reason to think he's secretly trying to take down the Earth Kingdom. Right? In Book 2, the Cabbage Merchant tries to take the ferry to Ba Sing Se, but he gets rejected by the ticket lady.
I told you already! No vegetables on the ferry! One cabbage slug could destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se! Security! My cabbages!
She destroys his cabbages to avoid risking cabbage slugs from getting into the city. Now, this may seem like a bit of an overreaction, but Ba Sing Se is a closed-off, self-contained ecosystem. If the wrong pest got in, it could quickly spread and be devastating for the city's agriculture and economy. And you know what's crazy about all this? She was right. Look really closely as the cabbage cart gets destroyed, you can just barely see a cabbage slug flying through the air.
One cabbage slug could destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se.
Listen to what the lady says. A single cabbage slug would destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se. If the Cabbage Merchant actually got into Ba Sing Se like he wanted, he would have personally been responsible for the downfall of the capital of the Earth Kingdom. Okay, that's not like a great look for the Cabbage Man, but, you know, maybe it was just an accident. No, I refuse to accept that. Look at this guy. He is so passionate and obsessed with his cabbages.
Off with their
Loving on the
heads!
cabbage.
One for each head of cabbage!
Literally, his only defining trait is how much he cares about his cabbages. Does this really seem like the type of guy who wouldn't know if he had cabbage slugs? He's a Fire Nation spy! But why? I mean, he clearly has a vendetta against Aang, but why would he be intentionally trying to take down the Earth Kingdom? Well, Aang is not the only one who destroys his cabbages. We've seen him try to enter both Omashu and Ba Sing Se, and both times Earth Kingdom bureaucrats destroyed his cabbages.
What kind of slum do you think this is? Security!
And these are only the times that we actually know about. For all we know, this is a regular occurrence for him. And then, he's forced to watch as they immediately let Aang, his mortal enemy, inside directly after him.
My cabbages! Enjoy your mushrooms.
We will.
Security!
It is my pleasure to help.
All right, we scammed that lady good.
He didn't even have a ticket to get into Ba Sing Se. What the hell? And when Aang does destroy his cabbages, and he tries to get justice,
You're gonna pay for this! Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
guess what the Earth Kingdom authorities do to Aang?
What is your judgment, sire?
Throw them a feast.
They throw him a feast. The Cabbage Merchant has just as much reason to hate the Earth Kingdom. And I think the years of abuse and special treatment for the Avatar radicalized him into becoming a Fire Nation spy, attempting to take down the Earth Kingdom from within using infested cabbages. And you know what? I don't even think this was his only attempt to do this.
I told you already! No vegetables on the ferry!
The ticket lady says, I told you already.
I told you already.
This is not the first time he's tried smuggling cabbage slugs into Ba Sing Se. And when he tried to enter Omashu, listen to why the guards rejected him.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is?
Rotten cabbages. I think the Cabbage Man was once again trying to sneak in infested cabbages into Omashu. And you know what? I think this time he actually succeeded. Despite being rejected and having his cabbage cart completely destroyed, just a few minutes later we see him inside of the city with a whole new cart full of cabbages.
My cabbages!
Like what? Did he just find a spare cart full of cabbages somewhere? No. I actually think these are the same cabbages. We know from Return to Omashu that there is a secret sewer entrance into the city beneath the gate.
A secret passage?
Which is exactly where the merchant's cabbages were thrown.
Wow.
So I think the Cabbage Man went down there to retrieve his cabbages, discover the secret entrance, and successfully brought the infested cabbages into the city to weaken it for the Fire Nation. And you know what's really crazy about this? It worked. The next time we see Omashu, it's been conquered by the Fire Nation.
The Earth Kingdom city of Oh no.
They even make a point to tell us how surprising this is and how Omashu had never been conquered for the entire 100-Year War.
Can't believe it. I know the war has spread far, but Omashu always seemed untouchable.
Up until now it was.
So why is it now suddenly so vulnerable? It's because of the Cabbage Merchant! And this is also exactly what happened to Ba Sing Se. He was rejected entry, his cabbages got destroyed, but then later we see him inside of the city with cabbages.
My cab!
What, did he take the fucking serpent's pass? And then shortly after he arrives and starts selling his cabbages, the city gets conquered by the Fire Nation. I'm starting to notice maybe a little pattern here. You can't deny it anymore. There's too many connections. The Cabbage Merchant is working for the Fire Nation to help take down the Earth Kingdom and spy on the Avatar. And speaking of which, how exactly is the Cabbage Merchant spying on the gang? Like, obviously they've bumped into each other a couple times, but Zuko and the Ember Island players have a ton of information about the gang.
Here's what you missed. We went to the Fire Nation, and you got better, and I got a sword, and I think Combustion Man died.
Like, way more than anyone should have. It almost feels like there's something else going on here. And if you don't believe me, I reached out to a certified Avatar expert to see if there was any more examples of the Fire Nation knowing things they shouldn't.
Right, so like in Book 3, when everyone thinks Aang is dead, how does Zuko's assassin Combustion Man keep finding them? It couldn't have just been dumb luck 3 times in 8 episodes that he was just around, right? Seems unlikely. And how'd they know to put Toph in a wooden cell anyway?
I'm gonna turn you in and collect a reward. Then you metal bend yourself out of jail.
Hey, what kind of cell is this?
A wooden one.
If you think about it, no one in the Fire Nation should know that metal bending exists. Toph only created it a few weeks ago, and the only people that have seen it are from the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation troops aboard that ship who were probably just horribly killed by the serpent. And Toph never uses metal bending in her scams in that episode, only earth bending. So why in the world would the Fire Nation town guards think they use a wooden cell when they're not even aware that metal bending is a thing?
Thank you, Mr. Overanalyzing Avatar. So, how could the Fire Nation possibly know all of this? Especially the stuff in Book 3 when the Cabbage Merchant isn't even around. It's almost like the Fire Nation has another way to spy on the gang. A way that still involves the Cabbage Merchant, even if he isn't nearby. Okay, here's where my theory goes into full-on tinfoil hat conspiracy mode, so just brace yourself. There's a really strange detail in the episode The Puppet Master, an episode that the Cabbage Merchant isn't even in. But still, I honestly think it's one of the strangest things in the entire show. In this episode, the gang goes to a Fire Nation market and Katara buys a cabbage. Except there's something very weird about this cabbage. It clearly has
a face, my nigga.
Creepy looking face on it. Like, huh? I swear, this is actually in the show. I did not edit this in. It's never even acknowledged in the episode. It's just a weird, creepy face watching the characters for no reason. Why in the world would the animators include this? It's so weird. Okay, so I have a theory, but what I'm about to say is gonna sound...
You gotta think, this one, like, for him to figure out this theory, he had to watch every episode and look out for some damn cabbage. Like, that's crazy. Like, once again, this nigga's a genius. This nigga's a fucking genius.
Completely insane. It's probably the
Shout out to
stupidest
bro.
possible thing I could say, but what if the cabbage merchant is using the cabbages to spy on the gang? Yes, I believe that the cabbage merchant is a cabbage bender.
Wow.
Okay, wait, don't go. I know that sounds stupid, but I swear it makes sense. Just
I
hear me
mean,
out.
yeah.
In this show, there is a precedent for being able
Nigga,
to
he's
spy
selling them
people
too.
through vegetation with the swamp.
I think I know how to find them. Everything is connected.
I love this show, man.
Come on, we gotta hurry.
And it isn't even just like an avatar power either. Toph can use the swamp vines to literally see the entire world.
I'm more connected.
I really look at that like nigga tapping into his roots. Like, you feel me? You touch a tree like that, nigga. You feel me? Nigga tapping into his fucking roots, nigga. Getting that inner power,
More than you've
nigga.
ever been. I can see Sue and Lin, Zaofu and Republic City. I see everything.
Now, obviously, this cabbage is not part of the swamp, but a major theme of Avatar is how separation is just
'Cause,
an
nigga, we
illusion
is
and
the land,
everything
nnigga.
is connected.
I get how the tree is
Like bro said.
the whole
That's my
world-
confirmation
Sure.
right there. Everything is connected.
You think you're any different from me, or your friends, or this tree?
The greatest illusion of this world is the illusion of separation. Things you
Y'all
think
know
are
about
separate
these.
and different are actually
know, you
one
know.
and the same. Even the separation of the four elements is an illusion.
We're all connected. Everything is connected.
So everything in this world, including the cabbage merchant and cabbages across the entire world, are connected. And I think the merchant is somehow tapping into this connection to spy on the gang. I think like technically you could do this with anything in Avatar. He's just like really honed his ability on cabbages. He's cabbage bending, and I have evidence to prove it. This weird spiritual connection to cabbages explains why he's so obsessive and protective of them.
Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
And it also explains why he's constantly feeling them for some reason.
Like a cabbage god.
He's not just randomly caressing a cabbage, he's connecting with it through cabbage bending. And if you don't believe me, one time while he's feeling a cabbage,
This
you
nigga
can see him
barfing
literally
cabbages.
sense the gang coming.
This nigga spawning cabbages.
Like, yeah, there was a falling sound, but if you listen closely, he senses them before we can hear the sound. He sensed them through the cabbage. This also explains how he would have been able to find the secret entrance into Omashu. His cabbages fell down near the entrance, allowing him to sense it. I know it sounds crazy, but the evidence is here. The cabbage merchant is cabbage bending. Every time we see cabbages in this show, the merchant is using them to spy on the gang. He is always watching them. He's not just some random funny background character. He is a highly skilled double agent working for the Fire Nation. And if you still, after all of this, don't believe that, then let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How did a failing cabbage merchant get enough money to start an extremely successful technology company in the Legend of Korra?
Cabbage Corp, Republic City's trusted name in technology for over 50 years.
No! Not my Cabbage Corp!
They even built a massive statue of him in Republic City. They don't just hand these out, not even Katara got a statue. The cabbage merchant built his empire with blood money he was paid by the Fire Nation to take down the Earth Kingdom. And he has gone on to become one of, if not the most rich and powerful people in all of Avatar.
That's fire.
Alright, there you go. Bet you didn't expect the My Cabbages guy to be the true villain of the show. You know, at least he doesn't seem to be doing it anymore. In fact, in Legend of Korra, his company is actually the main supplier of airships for the Earth Kingdom now. So, you know, it seems like he's gotten over his grudge. Maybe this is even his way of trying to make up for all the damage he's done to the Earth Kingdom. You know, maybe this story actually has a happy ending after all.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
These airships that Cabbage Corp sold to the Earth Kingdom are way cheaper than the ones Future Industries built. Now that's just shoddy workmanship.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He's still fucking doing it.
The controls are busted.
It's not my fault this airship's a hunk of junk.
Even generations later, the Cabbage Merchant is still secretly weakening the Earth Kingdom. But why? Is he still working for the Fire Nation? Wait a second, no, he can't be. In Legend of Korra, the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation are not enemies anymore. The new Fire Lord is even like super against the idea of fighting the Earth Kingdom.
The Fire Nation has spent too much of its history fighting nonsense wars, and I refuse to drag my nation into another one unless there's no other choice.
Why is the Cabbage Merchant still doing this? Who is he working for? Oh my god. It's so obvious. How did I miss this? The Cabbage Merchant is a member of the Red Lotus. The Red Lotus is an anarchist organization from Legend of Korra Book 3. And we're told that there are more Red Lotus spies out there.
I ain't gonna lie. I only know of The Last Airbender. Okay, Avatar The Last Airbender, I only know of the show that was airing on fucking Nickelodeon, nigga. I'm gonna be real. I only know about that. I don't know about all this other shit. I don't know about fucking sequels and all this other shit that they making to where though they older. I don't know about none of this.
Out there, even though we never actually end up seeing them.
And even with Zahir locked up again, we still don't know how many Red Lotus members might be.
I'm just confused because it's like I've never seen them older. Like I've never knew that they were older, bro. I thought it was only the TV show that aired and that was it. I didn't think they made another one. I didn't think. That's just crazy, bro. That's crazy, dog.
Be out there.
This is crazy to me seeing this right now.
That kind of sounds familiar. They hate governments and secretly took down the Earth Kingdom from within. You know, that actually kind of reminds me of someone. They hate the Avatar and even tried to kill her.
Now, destroy the Avatar!
Off with their heads! One for each head of Cabbage!
And each member of the Red Lotus is a highly unique and specialized bender. Cabbage bending. No, that's crazy. He can't be. He's not an anarchist. He's just the funny cabbage guy. The Red Lotus is a group that originally split off from the White Lotus.
We are what the White Lotus was meant to be, but after the 100-Year War, the White Lotus lost its true purpose. Its members came out of hiding and openly served the Avatar.
And you know, you'd probably think that if they're just like the White Lotus but more extreme, their logo would probably be just a red version of the White Lotus's logo, but no. They did a full-on redesign. It doesn't even look like a lotus flower anymore. But you know what it does look like?
A cabbage.
A fucking cabbage! It's a fucking red cabbage! You can't keep getting away with this! Fuck!
Nah, that's
okay, bye. Thanks for watching my funny cabbage video. Goodbye. I think I might have really fucked up my voice on this one. Yeah, that's my theory. Thanks again to Overanalyzing Avatar for helping out with this theory. That guy has like an encyclopedic knowledge of this show, so go check him out.
A cabbage merchant in Avatar? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so that was a good ass video. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Cool little vid. Definitely let me know down below, or hit my socials if you want me to react to any specific video. Alright. Appreciate y'all once again for sticking to the end of this video. Y'all make sure to have a blessed one. It's your boy Spirit, y'all homie, man. I'm out.